Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Why Not Me podcast. I am your host, Jerry Ruiz from Top 3 Gaming. With me today, I have someone that not only makes you look good, but they make you feel good in the process. Monterey's own Nicole Ballesteros from The Collective. Go ahead and give her a big round of applause. How's it going, Nicole?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Good day. I get to talk to everyone on YouTube. I get to talk to you, so it's not too bad.
Awesome.
All right. You pretty excited to be on a podcast?
Yeah, I'm stoked. Thanks for inviting me.
All right.
Appreciate it.
This is your first one?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. Have you done any interviews before, or is this the first?
Just like a little bit here and there for the news and whatnot, but no, nothing
Oh shoot,
major.
the news. Huh? That sounds pretty. That sounds pretty big.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and talk to you about your business. So
Sure.
I guess we can get started with what is the collective exactly about?
The collective is a business that I started 8 years ago. It's primarily a hair salon, but it is open to other opportunity as well. I have a girl in there who does skin, and I just created a little area in the salon to be able to host pop-up shops for different local businesses. So primarily hair salon, but different opportunities running through there. So
All right, that's pretty good to know. So how did you come up with the name?
the collective, we actually recently changed the name to the collective. And it was to be more inclusive of different things as far as being able to do the pop-up shops, and I wanted to kind of separate from being just hair. So and then all of us in the salon are individual stylists. We all run our own businesses, so it's just kind of more inclusive of being a collective of different things, and kind of just giving everybody their space to do so.
That's
So
pretty cool of you. So everyone not only feels comfortable, but they get a professional environment to
yeah,
bring out the best of their abilities.
yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, how did you get into hairstyling?
I got into hairstyling. I have been doing hair since I was a kid. I would sit on the couch behind my dad when I was like 5 years old and braid his hair. I've been doing hair since I was walking. So, I mean, my mom actually did hair when I was little, and I watched her do it. And I thought, oh, that's cool, you know. And I didn't think that that was going to be something that I would follow in her footsteps and do, but the more that the years went on, I realized, man, I'm pretty good at this, and I should probably like go to school, get my license, and be able to make a career out of something that I also enjoy. And so that's what I did. I just kind of followed my talents that way, and was full force, and just that's how I kind of got into it. So
So at what age did you kind of start taking it a little more serious?
I would say I think I was like 20, 21, about that age when I was like, all right, I'm going to go to school for this, because I kind of tried to dodge it for a little while, to be honest. I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. My mom did that. I want to do something else. I want my own identity. But you can't sometimes turn away your gifts. You got to use them. So that's kind of about the age where I was like, all right, I'm going to go to school, but I'm not going to just do hair. I'm going to, have a business, and I'm going to do a good job at it. So that's kind of where it started.
How long did you have to go to school for? Um, I don't know. Is there like do different schools have different lengths? Or
No, it's an hours program. It's a certain amount of hours that you have to do, and so it took me just like a little over a year to complete the course, year and a half.
oh dang, that's actually pretty good. Because
Yeah, it's a trade school, so it isn't. You don't have to go as long as you would if you're trying to go get your AA or your BA. So it's a different type of schooling, but it is more like 8 to 5, 5 days a week, and you're getting all those hours in, and learning all the things that they need to teach you in order to get that license. So yeah.
so at your shop or at your salon, sorry.
Yeah, I
And
call it the shop all the
oh,
time. Yeah,
okay then that's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I know you said you had someone that did skin. What kind of
Yeah.
services do you guys do there?
Oh man, she's so incredible. Her name is Tiffany Newman. She runs the Peninsula Facialist inside of the salon. She does incredible work. She does. I mean, she's not a nurse, so she's not doing like medical grade stuff in the sense of, you know, doing crazy things on skin, but she is like high tier, high quality, awesome products. Really, you get results from seeing her. And I've seen facialists before, and it's more of like, oh, let me just rub your face, and that's awesome, right? Okay, that feels good, but you don't necessarily see results. And she's the first person that I've seen for my skin, and I just am like, I'm sold. So she's awesome.
Yeah.
So you should go see her if you're not already.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and check her
Gotta
out
get
then.
that plug in there, you know?
Yeah, no, that's true. You can go ahead and shout out any of your employees,
Yeah.
because I'm sure
And
that.
none of them are my employees. They're all just like my little team in there. We're all individual business owners, so none of them work for me. We're
Oh,
just all
okay. They all work with you
testing
then.
it out together.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And that
So
okay, that's why it's called the collective. That makes a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So,
So I'm not gonna ask you like what time do you wake up, but what does like a work day look like for you?
I'm like, you don't want to know what time to wake up. I should probably, you know. No, I would say that a normal work day, I probably get into to the salon probably around 9:30. Usually takes maybe like a half an hour to get set up for a client. And then I see anywhere between, it could be 2 or 3 bigger services during the day, or I could have some bigger service people with, you know, little haircut in between here and there. So I can see maybe 3 people to 6 people a day. It really just depends on kind of the breakdown of the services I'm having done. So it just varies.
Okay. Since you said it varies, like, does each day kind of look different, or
Yeah, yeah,
is
for
Monday
sure.
through Friday kind of the
Yeah, I
same?
mean, no, it's different. Like I can have one extension client for the day, and I can be doing removing extensions, coloring their hair, cutting their hair, putting extensions back in, and that can eat up my 8 hour day. Or I can, you know, have somebody in there for a cut and color, and that can be 2 hours, and then I can have a couple of men's haircuts, and that might be a half hour here and there.
Half hour?
Women's, yeah,
My
yeah.
barbers take like an hour to an hour and a half on my hair.
Do they really?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they
I
take.
mean, you know, I think once you get to know people pretty well, it depends. Like I have some guys that I cut their hair, and it takes 40 minutes to an hour. But some of my clients, you know, who aren't getting like a fade and they're getting something just kind of a little cleanup, that might be more of a half an hour.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Is that kind of
really.
more like your regular clientele with the men, I guess? Just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
trims?
for sure. Yeah, I mean, I have men and women, all types of services, cut, color, extensions, anything hair related. I pretty much do.
Oh, okay. No, that's pretty cool.
You hear my dog going nuts in the
Yeah,
background?
I could hear your dog in the background.
Like, do you want me to go like check my dog right now? Because I will.
Okay.
If it's crazy, I really will go do that. You want to give me a second?
Yeah,
Or,
I guess you can if you want, real quick. I could
or
talk for
Neo.
the audience.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. What up, everyone? We're doing a quick audio test, I guess. See if we can get the dog to be a little quiet. But who's ever watching live right now, say what up. You guys are part of the Why Not Me squad, the top 3 squad. If any of you guys ever know anyone that wants to be on the show, you guys can go ahead and let me know. You guys can go ahead and email me at the email I'll put at the end. You can message me on Instagram, on Facebook, on any of my social media platforms. If you guys know anyone, I'm always open to ideas. I have the next 2 weeks. Booked, but you know it can never hurt to have some reserves. I have some people probably all the way in November that said that they can do it. I have someone else that they don't have an exact time frame, but you know, I know someone after this week they'd be able to do it too. So I'm trying to get a different range of everyone. Twanner says what up. Matthew Bobata says what up.
All right. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Let's see. It's okay. I think I managed talking to myself pretty good.
No,
So,
I don't know what they're barking at. They're barking maybe at the neighbors. I don't know what's going on, but they're going nuts right now. So
well,
sorry.
they probably want to be on the show too.
But I know they're down here now. So
Yeah, okay, it's all good. So yeah, there'll probably be a dog barking for like 8 minutes in the in the thing, but
my bad. My
no.
bad. I wanted as soon as I started. I'm like, great. That
What kind of dogs do you got?
I have a German Shepherd, and then I have a little Terrier Chihuahua mix. So um, they don't normally get to come inside, so they're like in here right now, kind of going nuts.
It's okay. So, um, you never thought about cutting hair for animals or anything? Being
You know, as a matter of fact, my second dream is to be a dog groomer. Yes. No.
Oh, okay. you,
No.
you already deal with crazy people as it is. You don't want to deal with crazy
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah. I know, right?
So let's see. We were talking about what does a normal workday look like, the different services you guys do there. Um, how long does it take for you to set up to open up the shop, or does someone else open up the shop for you?
Usually just the first person in opens it up, and it's about a half an hour, I would say, to get set up for your client. You know, just to get everything pulled out and have all your tools ready and have your area clean and ready to go for when they walk in.
Do you guys
So
have a set time that you guys open, or sometimes do you open a little earlier for someone, or?
yeah, for sure. I mean, our general hours are from like 10 to 6. Like if you see it posted on the door, that might be general hours when you might see someone in there. But no, for sure. Like if a client needs to be accommodated at 8 in the morning for whatever reason, that's totally doable. Or, if you need to stick around past 6 to wrap up a client, we definitely do that too on occasion. So it's flexible because like I said, everybody runs their own business. So they're booking their own hours. So gives you a general idea on our hours listed on the door, but it's not, concrete.
How
So
long in advance do you have to like set up the appointment for that? Does it like 2 weeks, or you'll
um,
do someone on a couple days notice like that early?
for myself, I'm usually like weeks to months booked out.
Oh dang.
And I have a pretty solid clientele that when they're in, they book with me. When I open up my books, they usually book with me at least 6 months out. So it depends on the stylist because everybody kind of does their books differently. But there's some stylists in the salon where you can get booked, within the same week. And I have that too occasionally. Like I might have a cancellation and might be able to accommodate something randomly. But I think I've been doing hair for so long and have such a solid clientele that my books are pretty packed, usually weeks to months out. So
So you said that you have solid clientele already, but for someone new that doesn't really know about you, or maybe they've seen your page online on Facebook, wherever you
yeah.
guys promote your stuff, what would be a good reason to book with you or with someone in your shop? This is a good point for you, or a good time for you to brag or to flex on everyone.
Yeah, right. Honestly, our the stylists that I have working in the salon, they're so amazing. Like, um, I think that customer service is just huge to us. It's so important, and um, that's number one. I would say that the kind of customer service that you're going to get when you book with anyone in the salon is going to be just, elevated. So I think that that's probably our number one uh, point that I would drive home is like the customer service you're going to get is amazing. And then secondly, the stylists are super thorough with their consultations and making sure that they fully understand what you're wanting done, what your needs are. And I feel like when you have people who take the time for you like that and listen and hear you and not just do whatever they feel like doing on your hair, that's huge. So, if you're gonna find someone who's gonna give you great customer service and listen to what you really want, I feel like you're winning. So I for sure think that would be what I would say.
So, a little surprisingly, I had to do a little research on hairstylists and a little
Yeah,
bit of what they go through.
yeah,
I don't have the longest hair, so I don't get all the services that you guys do.
sure.
But one thing I seen was like, let's just say someone says they want like a little trim of like 1 inch or something. You know how you were
Mhm.
saying that the stylist doesn't do exactly what they
Yeah.
want. I've
Yeah.
seen that sometimes they'll ask for like 1 inch off, and they'll take off like 2 or 3 inches, or I guess they'll
For
do
sure.
it in their own design. So
Hmm.
I guess that's really good that you guys go ahead and listen to what someone
Yeah.
wants because they're paying, right?
And I've had too many times where before I did hair, I would be like, oh, I just want to like cut a little bit of my hair. And then a lot would come off, and I'd be like, man, that's not what I wanted, you know? And I was bummed out. And I want to have people leaving feeling good, not disappointed or like I didn't hear them because it's their hair, they're wearing it. If they want a crazy mullet and that's what they really, really want, I want to tell them, like, all right, if that's what you're wearing it, not me. So, make it work, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. And do you ever tell them like, hey, this might look a little crazy, but I'll go ahead and do it, or maybe I can do it this way?
Yeah. I'm a really honest person, really pretty straightforward. So, if somebody's coming to me asking for something, I say, okay, I'm hearing what you're saying. I'll repeat it back to them and I'll double check because if it's a big change, I feel like I want them to really know that that's what they want before I'm going to move forward with just being like, oh, fun, creative day for me. Woohoo. I really check in and I'm like, hey, like what thought have you put into this? Like, do you know what the styling upkeep is going to be and maintenance is going to be for this? And I just like to make sure that they're really clear on what they're asking for. And I'm like, if you're not for sure today and you're still feeling that way in 6 weeks when I see you next, we can always do it at that time too. So it gives you a little bit more time to commit to what you're asking for. So, but if I don't just, if somebody really wants something, that's something that comes from them and they want to see themselves looking that way. I'm not going to tell them it's going to look bad if that's really what they want. If they ask my opinion, like and usually clients do, they're like, what do you think about this? And I really do give my honest opinion. I'm like, for your face shape, I feel like maybe the little bit longer hair is probably better for you. I think when we start getting in this length, it's going to be your face will be a little rounder, or, I'm honest. So I try to give people really honest feedback, and that's what I would want if I was sitting in the chair.
Well, I'm glad that you are on this because since you're on this show, we can feel that, hey, she's speaking from the heart. She's
Yeah.
not she's not just giving us some scripted lines or anything. That this is how it
No,
goes.
I probably couldn't even like memorize the script if I had to.
No, I couldn't either.
That's not me. I'm like, yeah. So this is better for me.
Yeah.
So
And the good thing is this is a topic that you know very well.
yeah,
So
yeah. I've been doing it a while.
yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah.
So I know you go ahead and work in the collective, but do you ever travel like out of your shop?
Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of on-site weddings. Um, I try to limit how many I take on these days because I got my family and weekends are kind of precious. And as the kids get older, I try to be present for their sports and things like that. So that can get tricky committing to those. But I used to do a lot in the past, and I would travel wherever to do weddings and stuff. So yeah, I've done traveling for weddings.
Where is the farthest location that you had to travel for?
Um, Probably like maybe Kashawa is kind of like in the cuts. That I mean, you know where Kashawa is, right?
No, I know. It sounds crazy.
Carmel Valley, like down some windy roads. Yeah, it's pretty far, but it was an interesting experience, And I've done weddings out at the preserve and just different areas. Yeah, so I've traveled a bit to do some weddings.
Do you charge them for gas or anything like that? I'm not really gonna say what price you charge, but do you,
Yeah, like I don't. It's not like I charge a travel fee or an on-site fee. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
So, um,
Well, the good thing about I guess going to Carmel Valley is it's very scenic. It's very nice path to go. So at least you got to enjoy that while you went. But
yeah, yeah.
I was gonna ask you like, do you ever go to any like conventions or events Like,
Like, yeah, we do we go to hair shows or extended education. That's typically what I do. There's a lot of really cool education available in LA and up in the Bay Area. So try to jump on that whenever I can. And
what do you
people that
learn
I
at the
follow. I'm
at the
sorry.
what do you learn at the extended education? Like, what exactly
Oh,
is that?
and so much. It's so cool. And it's just like, the vibe of being there is cool. Like some of the techniques you can learn are razor hair cutting with a like razor blade and like hair painting and different types of techniques to achieve different looks. So it's kind of like whatever your interests are. Like if you want to learn how to use wild, crazy colors, there's a class for that. If you want to learn how to do like mohawk haircuts, there's a class for that. If you want to just specialize in razor cutting, there's a class. There's a class for everything.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen any of the videos of like people cutting hair with like axes?
Yeah, or like lighters.
Yeah.
You're like, what's happening right now? Please stop.
Do you ever
Yeah.
do you ever watch it and just like, why don't they just use scissors?
I just sit there like, I can't even believe that somebody's doing that right now. Like, what are they thinking? Yeah, it's kind of wild. Not my thing. I'm a little more conservative, but
And the funny thing about that is, I feel like they probably charge a little more for that service too.
You mean like they're actually doing those services at their salons?
Yeah, I've seen a couple videos of like of
Oh no, I've only seen like goofy TikTok videos.
oh yeah,
Where
no.
and I'm like, what's happening? But no, I haven't seen people do that in their salons, not locally anyway. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
maybe I don't follow those people on Instagram because it's just not my vibe. But
Well, yeah, I had to look up like hairstyling stuff, and then those stuff popped up on like YouTube too. So I was just like, all right, let
girl,
me
what's
see.
the most insane hairstyling?
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, no, but
You're like, okay.
so I know you said you went to events, but have they ever had any competitions? Like, I know my barber, they had an event, like I guess the best barber
Yeah.
or the best like barber team. Have you ever?
No, haven't done anything like that. I mean, I used to be part of like a design team, and we used to do like styling for fashion shows, but no, no competitions or anything. So
Okay, and then you guys are located in Monterey, right?
yeah,
Like Monterey,
yeah,
Monterey,
downtown
not.
Monterey.
Oh, okay, because I know that like I consider like seaside Monterey, even though it's not.
Yeah, no, it's in Monterey proper. It's downtown. It's a street below Alvarado.
Oh, okay.
The main street down there
Yeah, yeah, downtown Monterey right there. So.
with two bars that we have in the whole town. Yeah, right there.
Oh, so you're saying your lunch is pretty fun then?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean, to be honest, that's something as a hairstylist. When you're busy, and I don't work for an employer, so I can make my own schedule. I don't really take a lunch. I might have like 15 minutes or 20 minutes while somebody's hair is processing, where I might like go fill the toilet paper and throw in some laundry and eat a little food, and you make it work. But I don't take a lunch ever.
So so
If I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be making money.
yeah,
Don't
that's
check for lunch.
yeah, no, that's true. So I'm assuming you guys probably order food to like I guess to take out food.
Um, Surprisingly, I don't very
Oh,
often.
okay.
I bring my own lunch. I try to be like really good about bringing my own food. I mean, on the occasion where I don't have time, yeah, I'm gonna order something.
Uh,
But I don't know. I will prefer to bring my own food when I can.
okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead and steer away from the food. That's not too important. I was just curious, like how does that work?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's some good options down there. There's Sir Burger, which is bomb, and there's like a ramen place that's super good, and there's like a little, I think it's called like Bowls and Rolls. I don't know if it's still called that, but that's good too. There's
That's a
options.
crazy name.
There's options. The taqueria down there. I mean, there's options.
Yeah, there's different stuff.
Yeah.
I guess when you first started, what was like the first equipment you started with?
Probably just the basics. I mean, to get a good pair of shears, that can cost you anywhere from like $600 to $1,000 for like one set of shears.
Jeez, that's
Um,
that's crazy.
they're expensive. I mean, so I started with basics, I was like 23 years old when I got out there and started working, and I was like, oh man, I got some shears, I got stock of like color or some brushes and just basic. So
Well,
nothing crazy when you first started, but
yeah, yeah. I guess a lot of people don't really think about the price of the equipment. I'm
mm-hmm.
assuming they probably think like, oh, it's like 20, 40. They see like the 20, $40 clippers or scissors at the
No,
store.
I have like really cool Supreme clippers actually. I like,
Okay.
and my husband got me those for my birthday, and I was pumped. But no, I mean the shears are super super expensive. If you have good ones, you can use $40 shears, but it's just going to make you struggle through your work a little bit more. When you have good equipment, you're able to do your job better.
The quality comes
Just like
out
with
better, right?
anything.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yep.
So
I just got this microphone. That's why I'm carrying
there
this
you
thing.
go. There you
Yeah.
go.
But eventually I guess I'll upgrade too. But
Yeah,
we gotta all start somewhere, right?
for sure, for sure. And I mean, I've been doing this for like 13 years, so it takes time to build your little arsenal, right?
No, that's true. And maybe one day I'll have a little coworkers, a little army of coworkers with me, and we'll
Yeah,
go ahead
for
and take
sure.
this over. Yeah, so
Yeah,
right now it's actually just me running this whole show. That's why every once in a
that's
while
so cool.
you'll see me look around because like I gotta be switching the cameras and the scenes. So
Yeah, that's so cool, though. I mean, you should be pretty proud of yourself for that. That's a big thing that you've taken on, and you're doing it.
no, that's true. And like I appreciate you coming on here, but
Yeah.
I'm not saying goodbye yet. We still got a little bit more time. But so I guess since we're talking about how I first, well, me starting, how did you first promote yourself? Like, how did you let it be known that you were out there?
Shoot, you're gonna age me right now because this was like before there was Instagram. Man,
Well,
all
don't
right.
worry, I'm not gonna ask your age, but I guess people can kind of figure out by
I
what you
like
said.
it. It's all good. I'm just teasing. I don't even hate like birthdays, age. That doesn't actually bother me. I don't care. But I would go to the shopping center or like walk around downtown and legit like hand out my business cards to people, and I would be like, "Oh, you have really nice hair. Like, here's a card. Come in for a free blow dry. Let me, And it was like, it was hard to do because you're handing out 50 cards in a day, and you might get one person to call you back. So it's hard. And a lot of people had a stylist established already. So for this generation of people doing hair, it's like you're putting your work on your Instagram, and it is legit a game changer. So I was like old school handing out business cards one by one. But you know what? I built my clientele. I busted my butt and I worked hard for like it took me like a year to build a solid clientele.
No,
So and then when you get people in, they're like, my hair looks so good, and their friends are like, your hair looks good. Who do you go to? And so it's word of mouth a lot of the time too. So there's a lot of different ways.
yeah, and word of mouth is probably like the best way to promote
Yeah,
be-
yeah.
because
And those are the best clients too, because you're like, oh, I love that client Amy who comes in, and now she referred Ashley, and they're amazing, and you know that because they know each other. It's like they're kind of vouching for them, and then that client's also vouching for me, saying like, I know what I'm doing, so that's super helpful.
you still have a lot of clients from back in the day,
Oh,
like your day
yeah,
ones.
I got some 12-year veterans in the pocket. Yep.
So,
So
do they ever tell you, like it's pretty crazy that you have your own shop, that they remember that how it used to be
yeah.
and how
I'm
it
like,
is now?
don't you remember when you first started and I met you? And yeah, it's kind of cool to reminisce about that. But I have a good amount of people who I've seen all those years, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that is awesome. And same here. I appreciate talking to all the different people that are on here. Like I'm trying to get a different range. Last week I had a photographer.
Hmm.
I was talking to him. They tell me how they started and stuff. Same thing. Before Instagram, they had business cards. That's why I was laughing when you
Yeah,
said that.
I'm like, you're young, like you
Yeah.
probably are part of that generation.
Yeah. Well, I know what a business card is.
Oh, good.
But
But you didn't have to hand them out walking around, right?
yeah, no, I haven't handed any out. I've gotten
Yeah.
some every once in a while, and I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Right.
But it's, believe it or not, it's still difficult to promote yourself on here or on different websites because
Mhm.
there's so much stuff, so much different content that everyone's just like, oh, okay, I might check that out, or look
Yeah,
look
but
at
I,
this.
I think what you're doing is so diverse, like talking to different people, that I think that that's what's gonna be cool for you. You know, people will tune in because they're gonna be like, oh, who else? What other kind of job? You know, and it's cool.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like I said, I got a bunch of different. I guess like I have a tattoo artist in LA that might be on here eventually. Like I said,
Cool.
they're pretty booked up, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
Um, Next week I'll probably have a musician. I kind of don't like saying exactly who I'm gonna have in case like something
yeah,
comes up and I have to change.
sure. Yeah, you
So
never know because it's not just you that's that you're relying on. You're relying on someone to show up on the other end, right?
exactly, and then with that too, the whole other end, like I gotta kind of worry like the whole how their video quality and audio quality sounds. So
Sure,
so it's fun
sure. Hope
too.
this is okay.
Yeah, no, you're looking good, so don't even worry.
All
But
right, cool.
I was gonna ask you, since you're in the salon business here in California, I'm I know the rules are pretty strict right now
Yeah.
on whether you can do business or not. How has COVID impacted your line of work so far?
It's been pretty devastating for our line of business for sure. Um, you know, salons are shut down. You don't have a choice. You gotta close up shop and go home, really. And a lot of people who are independent and run their own business don't work for somebody, so you don't get to just jump on unemployment easily. So it's like a whole nother ball game for that. So it's been pretty devastating for a lot of the stylists for sure. Um, but we're getting through it and staying positive, and we're pushed down round two right now and just waiting it out and weathering the storm and one day at a time. So
Here in California, they was it last week or like 2 weeks ago? They opened for 2 weeks, and then they shut
we were
everything back
open for 5 weeks
for five
and
weeks.
then
Oh, okay.
they shut it down again. Yeah.
Um,
And we had like almost 500 people through the salon,
Jeez.
no related COVID cases, and we still got shut down. I'm like, man, how come Walmart can be open, but I can have like my whole protection set up that I spent like thousands of dollars on protective equipment for the stylists and for the customers. And it is ceiling to floor safe, as far as guidelines go, and then above and beyond.
Are your
Uh,
guys' chairs like the salon chairs? Are they spaced like about 6 feet apart?
Yeah,
Anyways, yeah.
the space that I'm in is actually really a big salon. So we already had a lot of space in between us. But now there's like the huge sneeze guard protectors in between. And
Like
I mean,
the
it's,
sheets of plastic or some
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
I mean, it actually looks kind of cool the way that I did it in there. It's not like, my Home Depot creation or anything.
It's not like
Pretty
at my job.
I had a company come in and like build it specifically for the salon, so it looks pretty cool. So we were working with it, and then the shutdown. It was kind of disappointing.
So during those 5 weeks that you were open, uh,
Yeah.
what okay, you said like the plastic in between you guys, but what else did you guys have to do? What was different than what you normally do? Um,
Well, the standards of sanitation are incredible for border barbering and cosmetology anyway. So, we're already using barbicide to clean our tools, and everything is very clean. And that's what a lot of the sanitation is what you're learning in school when you go to cosmetology school. You're not really learning how to make people's highlights look perfect. You're learning all of the, ways to keep clean to keep you in business. So we were already doing all that stuff, but in addition to that, I got air purifiers to help clean the air. I got all the big sneeze guard stuff. Had to buy thermometers and
when you say
just
thermometers, is that What's that for exactly?
Taking everyone's temperature when they would walk in, and then we had everybody sign um, first of all like a symptoms checklist to make sure that they weren't having any symptoms of anything really, and then also that they're in there because they want to be at their own will, and signing that they're not going to sue us if they end up sick because they're there on their own will. So it's just like a lot of extra steps, and then you're like, park in the parking lot, and when you get here text me, and then I'll tell you when you can come in, and then I have a plastic bag covering my chair so there's no like cross contamination happening, and just like an excessive amount of cleaning to make sure to protect ourselves and the client, because that was huge for us and our number one priority.
Yeah. The crazy thing is a lot of people probably just think like, oh, okay, you guys just cut hair, dye hair. That's all you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a lot of people don't really think about, like you said, all the sanitation that you have to do at your job, or all the different stuff that you have to think about other than just cutting hair. I know you.
Right.
I know you said that your friends and coworkers, they not only do they help you, but I'm sure you gotta kind of manage, not manage them, but manage a little bit of what they do, or at least some stuff with them. Is there any specifics that you'd like to talk about, like that you do separate than they do? Because
um I don't do anything as far as managing anything that they're doing. When I do have a new stylist come in, we just sign like a contract, and as far as like this is what it looks like to rent your space, and this is that my expectation is that you keep your area clean, that kind of basic thing. But other than that, like I don't have to manage them above and beyond that contract really. I mean, it's more so, I'm, as the owner of the business, I'm responsible to pay all the bills, and like make sure that PG&E gets their check from me, and that kind of stuff. But nothing crazy with the people who work there. No management stuff really.
you don't gotta manage them because they manage themselves.
Yeah, they're driven people. They are working because they want to be there, and they're good at what they do, and they have their clientele because that's what they've built, and they can tell their client yes or no on whether they want to come in on a certain day, and that's totally up to them. I don't tell them anything. So I have a super awesome group of people working there.
I'm not saying any of your workers are bad, but like where I get my haircuts at, or where I
Yeah.
used to, since we're talking about COVID, I haven't got a haircut since the whole COVID, I guess March,
Shut down. Yeah.
and I work like 6 days a week, so I can't even make time to go get a haircut when I want. But like there's four barbers where I go get my haircut, and on the weekends they have a fifth one,
Uh-huh.
and like I guess he's for walk-ins, but
Okay.
whenever I see him, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the guy that normally does my hair. I'm not
Yeah.
saying he does a bad job exactly, but he's not up to par with the rest of the barbers
Yeah,
there.
like what you're used to, right?
Yeah, so you guys don't have any like sub or any person like that for the weekends?
No, I'm like, you're gonna get a good service when you go in there, no matter who you see. So, different personalities. So you kind of like, it's kind of cool because we're such different personalities in there that there's someone for everyone. And my my best friend works in there with me, and her clientele is super different than my clientele, but they're all still really nice people. So you kind of just, you vibe with somebody or you don't. I always try to tell people too, I'm like, I'm happy to do your hair if my pricing doesn't work for you, or if you like feel like you can connect with somebody else better, like you're welcome to see them instead. And don't worry, that's not going to hurt my feelings. It's not weird. I try to keep them in the salon, and I feel like that's cool too, because I've had a lot of clients tell me, oh, I've never felt like I could see a different stylist in the same salon. And that's something that a culture that I really wanted to like change, is to make sure that people feel comfortable. And if they're not going to see me, I am not going to get my feelings hurt. Like I don't know, maybe I'm thick skinned that way, but I'm like, go see her. She's really good. And we hit those lights, turn them on. But
Oh, there you
you
go.
know, I just think that it's important that the clients just overall feel comfortable in there, so there's someone for everyone. So you're gonna get a good stylist no matter who you see.
Oh, okay. So let's just say, like you said, you're booked months ahead, right?
Yeah,
And let's just say that someone walks in and they're like, "Oh, hey, do you have any openings?" And obviously, you're like, "My whole day is planned.
right.
I have no openings, but maybe let me just say like Nicole Williamson, she has an
Yeah,
opening right now. Maybe
yeah,
you'd go to her.
yeah,
She does pretty good job on whatever the person
yeah, yeah,
wants.
yeah.
So,
For sure. I always try to give people options. So if they walk in, one of us tries to greet and say hello. We don't like people to walk in the salon and not be greeted. One of us tries to break away from whatever we're doing and say hello and just check in with them like, hey, did you have an appointment today? And they're like, no, I just am walking in and I need a haircut. And I'm like, oh, let me check with the stylist to see if anybody might be available. Are you looking for something right now, or is your schedule flexible? And you kind of feel them out. And then you go check with the stylist and see if anyone's available. And if so, great. If not, then I try to like give out some business cards for some options for booking on a different day. Or even, the thing is sometimes people just want their hair done that day too. So I'll tell them like, oh, you might want to check at this salon. Maybe they have an opening. So I try to take care of the client first. So, if it works out for them to stay and wait, great. But if they have their need for that day, then I try to just help them out and help them get that done. So
no, that's true. Because like I said, I don't have a lot of time to to
yeah,
to get a haircut, and I can't really make appointments because my schedule is just different every day.
sure.
Who knows exactly what time it is. So I really appreciate that that you do that, because I would like for someone to treat me like that.
Yeah, for sure. And it comes back to you anyways in good karma, I guess. Like you send them off to get them taken care of, and like you get taken care of,
That's true. Maybe they'll go ahead and send someone your way one day,
Yeah, yeah.
or
And it's fun, and it's good to like build up the hairstylist community as a whole.
oh,
Like
okay. I didn't know there was this whole underground hairstylist thing going on.
a lot of salons don't interact.
Yeah.
But I really am an advocate for like changing that, because I'm like, man, your salon's cool. Of course,
Yeah.
like I want to do good and I want you to do good. So I think that that's important rather than like a rivalry or whatnot. So
Is there like a lot of different salons like close to where you are, or are you
yeah,
the
there's tons.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, sometimes I see some like they're across the street from each other.
yeah.
And I'm always like, are they competing against each other? Like I wonder if they think like bad about each other, but it's
No, there's someone for everyone. There's so many people who need their haircut walking around out there. I mean, there's someone for everyone.
now that's true. I'm one of those people that need a haircut.
Yeah, yeah. See?
So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get away from these tougher questions, and we can go to a little more fun ones.
Okay.
um, I guess I can start off by asking, what is your favorite hairstyle or your favorite design?
Um, I really enjoy hair painting. I mean, I do a lot of different stuff, but I feel like um, it's fun to create something different for people. And I like more natural, organic looking hair. So I tend to like the hair painted look. So I enjoy doing that. It's probably one of my favorite things to do.
I guess since we're talking about painting hair, at what age did you first paint your hair?
Like that I like colored my own hair.
Yeah, or
Hmm.
maybe even just, I guess, dyed it and colored it. Like,
I was probably like maybe like 14 or 15.
did your parents tell you anything about that, or were
Well,
they?
my mom did hair,
Oh,
so
okay, that's true. So,
I mean, I think we probably like tried it in my kitchen or something. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't remember honestly, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I was like high school. I think I was like ninth grade, or yeah, I would say like ninth grade.
Did
I got
ninth grade? Oh, okay, that's not too
minimum.
bad. It's okay. Hey, I'm trying to take you down memory lane too. That way, you can remember your whole experience right now as a
Yeah, yeah,
hairstylist. Um, we were speaking about the COVID, and you had a little 5 week opening between there.
yep.
Did you see anyone with a self haircut or self dye that you had to fix or
No.
no?
My clients reached out to me. Not my clients personally. No, I didn't see any of that. I saw some fun stuff like on TikTok or whatever. But no, I feel like my clients reached out to me when they were thinking about doing something to their hair, and I would talk them down and be like, "Hey, it's probably not a good idea. I know you're bored and feeling antsy and you want to do something, but it will become a color correction for me when you come back and see me, and it will take more hours to fix and get you back to where you want to be. And if you cut your hair, like, I mean, I guess it could grow, but
But
wait,
yeah, there's not much
more.
you can do though with what you're
Yeah.
given, right?
Yeah. So no, I didn't really get to see too much of that
well,
craziness firsthand, only on TV.
oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you didn't get to see any of that.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I got good clients,
yeah,
good clients. So
you just had to keep telling them, "Oh, I'm sure in a couple of weeks we'll be back."
yeah, yeah.
Do you ever promote yourself on TikTok, or do you ever think about like putting any of the hairstyles on TikTok?
No, no, I feel like my kids know how to use TikTok really well.
Yeah. Well,
Like my teenage children use TikTok very well, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like a generational thing. Like I could watch it for a little bit, or my daughters will be like, "Oh, do a dance with us," and I'm like, "Okay," but no, I don't feel like I fully understand how it works. So no, I more so use Instagram.
Oh, okay. Now,
So,
well, I seen the post on Instagram, and I think you're doing a pretty good job on promoting on there.
yeah, I could probably post more frequently. I tend to get really busy. Like I said, I don't really book out breaks during my day. So I'm just go, 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 go. And so I don't always take the time to take the photos that I probably could for content for my social media. But, I think after I'm done, I'm like, dang, I should have taken a picture of that. That looked good, but just busy. So
Well, hey, you gotta rest too,
yeah,
even
yeah.
even like thinking about what to post or posting stuff that takes some of your energy as well.
Yeah,
Even
for
though,
sure. It's like a second job when you get home and you're like, oh, hang on, let me just post this photo. So
yeah,
yeah.
and it's either go online and do that and ignore your
Or cook
family,
dinner. I'm like,
you know. So
I gotta cook dinner.
so yeah, no,
So
I'm glad you don't ignore your family for social media.
yeah.
I don't believe that'd be too good. Um,
Yeah, I try to be careful with it. I mean, because I could spend hours trying to put content on there, but I try to be careful with, you know, it's a rabbit hole, man. You can get like really drawn in and get swept away on that for too long. So
So, everyone watching this, other than this show, don't always watch too much media online.
the podcast, yes.
But is there any day that sticks out to you in your career, either like maybe good or bad, or like just is there any special day to you that
Uh,
you'd want to share with us today?
no, I mean, I feel like most days are super cool because I get to create something every day. I get to make people feel good about themselves every day. I get to build up people's self esteem and confidence every day. So I feel like when I have the opportunity to do that, it's like every day's the best day because that feels good for me to build up people in that way. But nothing like, you know, nothing that
Nothing
I
too
can. I
crazy.
mean, I did get to bleach out my husband's hair the other day. That was like really fun. That was like he has like black hair, and I made his hair white, and it was fun. So
So that's a pretty big milestone in not only your career but in your marriage, huh?
it was fun. It was like, man, I was like, you're so cool. I'm glad you let me do that. I was just appreciative that he let me play around with it, and and he looks cool with it too. So I'm like, ooh, I like it.
What do you
So
have to
that
say after you saw the final results of it?
Oh no, he liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He could pull it off too, so it
Uh-huh.
works.
I could just picture him running in real quick and just showing
Oh
his head.
yeah, no, not he ain't gonna do that. But and like
Okay.
you can see his post on my Instagram. he's on there. So.
Oh, okay. So other than your husband, is there any like big companies or someone from a big company or like any actors or like celebrities, maybe not big or small, that have reached out to you or that you have helped out?
No, we've had like a couple of Instagram influencers in the salon, but no, not nothing crazy. No,
If
we're like just regular over here, you know.
okay. Right, so for now.
For,
For now.
until they see your show, then I might blow up.
Yeah, we'll see, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully me too.
Right?
But if you could have a I guess if you could have a certain person that you could work on their hair or help them with something, is there anyone specific that you have in mind or like a dream customer or client that you would want to help out?
Um, I hate to say like no because I'm not really into the idea of working on. I don't dream about working on celebrities or anything. I feel like I have the dream clientele. The clients that sit in my chair are so amazing. I feel so blessed to have the clientele that I have. They're seriously some of the best people I know. Really. I mean, I feel like I have it.
Yeah.
Like I don't dream about it. I got it. So
So well, I'm sure they feel super happy hearing that. And
yeah.
that's pretty good. That's a pretty good outlook to have. I remember so the good thing about the show is I get to learn a bunch of different stuff and different viewpoints of everyone. I remember Mitchell Renz, he does the Las Vegas Raiders report on YouTube.
Okay.
He told me he has like or not he told me. I seen he had like 49,000 subscribers, And
Mhm.
he told me that there was someone reached out to him and said, "Hey, me getting to watch your show really makes my day." And Mitchell Wren told me that out of everything he's done, that's probably one of the things that stick to him the most. So
Mhm.
hearing you saying that as well, that you helping everyone out and making them feel good is probably the best thing you can do. I think that's pretty awesome, and hopefully I get to do that too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of careers out there where people are so vulnerable with you, and you really get to know them, and you're not only like physically helping them on the outside, but you're like physically helping them on the inside too. You know, being a listening ear for them and just getting to know them, and it's cool.
Yeah, I
You
was gonna
know,
say you guys are therapists too, because you guys
we are, yeah, yeah,
because me and my barber we talk about everything and
yeah,
anything. Yeah, so
yeah.
maybe you guys should get paid a little more too, huh, for that, or maybe get a degree on the wall saying
I know a
therapist.
degree. Yeah, a therapist degree.
Yeah, a therapist. Oh, okay. Did you come up with that, or is that like a common?
Well, it's always a joke between me and one of my clients who I've been seeing for like 12 years. She calls me her therapist. So,
Oh, okay. And I'm assuming you know all about her family, the
oh
stuff
yeah.
she does.
Oh, I've been with her through so much, it's cool. I've watched her go through so many different seasons of her life, and it's super cool. And I'm still here with her, and things are good for her. And it's a neat journey to watch when you've known someone for that long.
So that sounds like that's probably a best case scenario to have a customer that that
Yeah.
you see all the
Yeah.
time. Is there I guess a worst case scenario that you've had, or like I
Yeah.
guess a worst customer?
Yeah, I've seen a client once and then not again. And sometimes it's like, oh, maybe they didn't like what I did. Maybe our personalities didn't vibe. Like maybe our schedules didn't meet up. You know, I'm like, I'm, you never know. So it's like, I try to always, I'm always really, I think it's so important. If I see a client out and about at the grocery store or anywhere who doesn't come to me anymore, I always make a point to say hi to them and be like kind to them and
Yeah.
tell them that their hair looks really good. And I don't ever like them to feel uncomfortable that they don't see me anymore because I don't.
Yeah, you
It,
don't hold
not
a
that I
grudge or
don't
anything.
care, but I don't. Doesn't make me feel different that they don't see me anymore. Like they're still a good person, and I still want like good things for their hair.
Yeah, no,
So
exactly.
and it doesn't bother me. So I try to make sure that they know that it's like, it's okay. Like you can say hi to me when you see me. So
Have you ever
yeah.
had anyone like flip out on you or like on one of your coworkers or anything? Like being at either your, maybe not your salon because it sounds like it's pretty cool place, but maybe like in the past.
I mean, we are downtown, so we've had a couple like random homeless people wander in and like yell some stuff, but not like really directly.
Oh, okay. So, well,
If
that's
any
pretty
of it
good.
felt like a service or something, no. I mean, it's pretty civil and
Okay. Well, in case
normal.
anyone's like trying to get in this field or anything, I just want them to kind of see the, maybe like different
Yeah.
perspectives of the job
Yeah, I
because,
mean, you might get your occasional client who's had a different expectation of their hair and they're like, oh, this isn't what I was thinking. And you just got to communicate and be like, oh, maybe like there was some miscommunication there. Like, what can we do to move forward? What is something we can do to solve the problem? And what can we do to make you happy? And you're going to work with somebody as much as you can to kind of rectify something like that. But it's such a rare thing that we deal with, um, honestly.
so,
So,
this is probably gonna sound a little weird. It's not too crazy, but before I go to my barber, I usually brush my teeth because
yeah,
I feel like they're gonna be so close to me. I don't want to like
yeah.
make them deal with anything bad. Would you say that's some good advice to anyone before they go get their haircut?
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, hygiene is always important.
Yeah.
Yes. Always yes to hygiene.
Okay. Like I said, it's a little random, but it's just
Oh, it's not, yeah, brush your teeth. I'm like, I mean, you can come in with dirty hair, but if you come in with clean hair, there's nothing that's good. It doesn't, anything hygiene related is always good.
it's always a
So,
plus. Okay.
yes, always.
Like I said, that's something I always like. I think like every time before I go get my haircut, I'm just like, all right, let me go brush my teeth real quick before I go out and talk to my
It's kind of
barber.
like that when you get your makeup done too. It's like you have somebody write it right in your face like that. So then you're like, okay, well, I don't want to be breathing on them, and I don't want them breathing on me. Hopefully, they brush their teeth too. you know?
Yeah, no,
So
exactly. You don't want to be dealing with that
yeah,
either.
yeah. So
So, so since I'm giving out some good advice right here,
mhm.
I guess I can ask what's some advice you'd give someone not just getting into the hairstyle business, but maybe like into their own business themselves? What would be something you'd try to tell them?
um, I think like the biggest thing that I would say is if it's I feel like there's a personality who's going to want to open their own business, and it's not everybody's passion or dream, but I feel like if that is you and you're feeling that way and you're scared to move forward in that, I would encourage you to do it because honestly, I was scared before I first opened my business, and I was like, Dad, I'm kind of scared to open my business, and I'm like, what if it doesn't do good? And his advice to me, and it has stuck with me ever since, is like, you will never know unless you try, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, and you're gonna always, if you don't do it, you'll look back and wish you had. And so I would just encourage someone if they're thinking about doing something that they love doing and are passionate about, and they're thinking about starting up their own thing, I would encourage them to try. I mean, it's an investment, it is. But if you believe in yourself and you want it bad enough, the sky's the limit, man. Like you can accomplish anything if you want to. You just got to work hard.
Hell yeah.
And you can do anything.
All right. Well,
So,
I appreciate that advice because, like I said, this is for everyone watching, but at the same time, I'm listening. And
yeah, for sure.
I try to soak up everything I can.
Yeah,
And for a while, I guess I was telling myself, oh, I'll just wait till I have the perfect setup. I'll just wait till, this and that. And then I just finally told myself, you know what? If I keep waiting, I'm never going to do it.
right.
So right now I'm actually like in the corner of my kitchen because that's where I have my computer. But
Yeah,
I guess I'll tell people like you said, don't wait. Put that first foot forward and
yeah,
go ahead and try. Maybe have some plan. Don't go in too
That's
blindly.
what I want, though, yeah. Because even when I first opened the salon, it wasn't aesthetically, it wasn't what I had envisioned, all the way. It took time to get there, but little by little, if you just keep working towards that goal, you are going to get there. You just got to put in the work.
Yeah,
You can
no.
do whatever you want, and you gotta keep pressing forward daily.
And you're gonna have some bad days, right? There's some days
Oh,
where
yeah. There's really hard days sometimes, but those days always pass, and there's always a good day to follow. So,
yeah, without those days, you wouldn't be able to enjoy the good ones, right? They wouldn't be
yeah,
the same.
no perspective, right?
But on that note right there, I'm gonna give us a quick 45-second break. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and go to the live question segment where the people watching they have a chance to ask you questions, and hope sometimes they ask some pretty deep questions. So we'll see, we'll see how that goes. But let me see. I'm gonna give it about like 5 seconds, and we'll go on break. So
Yeah.
so go ahead and take a quick breather, and here we go.
One, two, 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 two. Public service announcement for all the people out there listening to this funky ass back album. Check it out.
Okay, we are back. So I see two questions so far. It takes a little bit to load up too, so they might pop up as we go along with this. But let's see. Anna Mendoza, which is my sister-in-law, she's asking, what has been the biggest challenge you've had to overcome?
Um, I think there was like an idea put in my head when I first started my business. I was like, oh, all successful salons have to have employees. And so I started my business initially having employees. And I was not designed to manage people. I'm like, I just want to work next to you and do cool hair. I don't want to have to tell you to be on time. You should want to do that on your own. Or, I think my biggest challenge was having the idea that I had to have employees to run a successful business. But in the line of work that I do, I realized it's actually a lot better for me and my personality to have other people like-minded like me who want to be at work, who are going to come to work because they A, love what they do, and B, need to pay their bills, so they're going to show up and take care of the clients. So I think the biggest thing that I've had to overcome has been there was a learning curve on the structure of running my business. So I learned that and adapted and switched the way I was doing it, and it's been really good. So,
All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that too.
yeah.
I'm sure everyone that works and that's watching this, they can say that they don't like having to carry the load of their coworkers, or feel like, why am I doing this for someone else when they can do it themselves?
Right.
Like, so I'm glad that you went ahead and figured that out, because now you have, the best coworkers you can have.
Yeah, and we're equals, you know what I mean? So it's cool.
And when you set yourself in that type of environment, it gives you something to look forward to every day. Not just
Yeah,
like, do I really have to come here and do this?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So let's see. Piece of Us Vlogs is asking, if you could go back in time, what's one piece of advice you'd give your younger self when you first started out? like I said, the question, they can get pretty deep.
I'm like, I got this. I would have told myself when I was 23 years old and first started. I'm like, I already had one kid when I was that age, but I would have worked my butt off early on when I was super young, because when I first started, I was like, oh, this is good money. I don't have to work a lot, and I'm just going to like work and like go to the beach and go shopping. And I would recommend getting your finances in order when you're young and like working your butt off and saving, even if you don't know what you're saving for yet. Like
Exactly.
just work your butt off and save. Like I would say, I wish I could have gone back in time to start over with that, because I feel like, okay, you know, I'm in my 30s now, and I'm like, shoot, I'm just starting that now. It would have been nice to start that when I was 23. So
You could have had it like a 10-year advantage.
yeah, for sure. Because 10 years ago, houses were way cheaper.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Right?
something that.
And they're going to be way more expensive 10 more years from now. So start now if you haven't already.
Yeah, that's my next step, is buying a house.
Yeah,
which is
save. Just
easier said than done, right?
no, it's like those $1 and $2 and $3 purchases that you're making. Those add up. I'm like, don't buy that Starbucks drink. Don't buy the little thing in the line at the front of Target. Just save it.
Okay.
You know,
so
it adds up.
She's telling you guys don't buy Starbucks.
I mean, I like Starbucks,
Yeah.
but buy it with a gift card that you got for Christmas, not out of your own pocket.
Actually, I guess I'm gonna bring my mom up on this. She works at customer service, and some guy he gives her gift cards for Starbucks, and then she ends up giving them to me. So
When I get gift certificates from people for Starbucks, that's when I go.
yeah.
Otherwise,
So that's
Because
pretty much the
I'm
same
like,
here.
Yeah.
And then too, I remember my first job was probably my first like official job was probably like McDonald's, and I remember I bought like. I still actually have my sunglasses, but like I bought like sunglasses and jewelry, and I talked to my fiance, and you know she would buy a whole bunch of clothes and different outfits,
things
and
that don't matter now, right?
yeah, and then looking back, you're like, wait,
Thousands of dollars.
yeah, where did all my money go?
I know, but even when you're young, you're like, I just want a cool car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, unless you're gonna sleep in your car in 10 years, like invest in a house, or like just save, work hard.
So, everyone watching that hasn't learned this yet, we're telling you to do this because it's better to learn the easier way than the hard way. And that's what we're here for. But let's see. Nicole Austin's asking, what's your favorite thing about your job?
My favorite thing is the relationships that I get to build with people. And really, like, it makes me feel so good to make somebody like look at themselves and be like, oh, I look so pretty. I love it. Like that feeling, knowing that I'm boosting somebody and building someone up is the most rewarding part of my job.
Okay. Oh, that sounds awesome. And there's one more question. Let's see. Twanners is asking, what is a good set of clippers to use?
It kind of depends. Like everybody's need is different. I've tried different ones over the years. I've had like from when I started school, I went to Paul Mitchell in San Francisco, and I had the Paul Mitchell clippers back in the day. And then, I tried some Oster clippers, and right now I have the Supreme Andis clippers, and I like them. I like them a lot. I think they're good for what my need is. I mean, the only person that I'm like lining up is my husband. So a lot of the men's haircuts that I do, I have some that are more of a tight fade, but most of them are like middle-aged men, and they like it a little bit longer. So depends what kind of detail work you're trying to do. So I probably wouldn't be the best person to ask for clipper advice.
All right, Twanners, you're gonna have to try another question another time.
Yeah, I mean, I do men's hair, but I'm not specifically a barber. But I like my Andis clippers that I have. They work for what I need them for.
Okay. So pretty much just get a decent set.
Yeah, I mean.
So the next segment, or actually, you know what? Do you have a question for me?
Me?
Yeah.
Do I have a question for you?
Yeah, don't worry. Everyone's always like, wait, what?
I'm like, let me think about this one. I'm like, yeah, where's your fiance at right now? Is she home?
Yeah, she's home. She's probably in the room over there, trying not to make any noise. I'm watching
When are
this.
you guys getting married?
Next month, hopefully.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
super exciting. I know when you said, "Oh, my fiance," I'm like, "Oh, cool, you're getting married." That's super exciting. So,
Supposedly we were supposed to get married in April,
okay.
and then we're supposed to get married in June, and
Yeah.
then now we're supposed to get married in August. They keep,
Okay.
they
Hey,
keep,
you know what? If you plan on being together forever, it don't matter when you get married because it's gonna be forever anyway, right?
all right. You hear that, babe?
Yeah. Yeah. That's got to be the mentality, right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
That's forever.
So, yeah, this whole COVID thing has just been, it's been crazy. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel
Well, best of luck to you guys. So
yeah, and
happen when you're supposed to.
and sorry, she has a hairstylist, so
I'm like, oh man.
yeah. I was like, oh man, I could have got a discount. No.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, when you build a relationship with somebody, you stick with them. So
All
that's
right.
good.
Some more advice right there, everyone. Look at that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the this or that questions. It's gonna be about 30 seconds where I'm gonna ask you whether you like this or whether you like that, and we'll see how much you can answer in the 30 seconds. They're
Okay.
they're related to the field you work in, so whatever
Okay.
we didn't go over, maybe someone will be able to see. So it's just a little fun. The highest someone got was Mitchell Renz. I believe they had 12 questions answered, so no pressure.
No
So-
pressure.
All right, so here we go. Would you rather work in a salon or a studio?
Salon.
Okay. Curls or straightened?
Curls.
Balayage or highlights?
Balayage.
Balayage, okay, sorry. Double booking or single client?
Single client.
Warm tones or cool tones?
Cool tones.
Extensions or natural?
Natural.
Hair cutting or hair coloring?
Coloring.
Uber Eats or DoorDash?
DoorDash.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay, so that was 30 seconds. You had 9 questions answered. So
Like you didn't talk fast enough.
I know. I'm sorry. I was trying to be.
I want to redo.
I was trying to be fancy with the balayage.
I know. I was like, yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Okay. Well, I think you got last place.
I'm like, you got last place.
Yeah. Yeah, it was rigged, I guess. Huh? But
That's okay.
all right. Well, that was the show. I hope you
Alright.
had a good time on here.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Thanks for thinking of me and appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, and I appreciate you helping me.
Yeah.
When I do this, I hope that people get to show a little bit about themselves. That way, they can see what the company is about and like who's behind the face of the company.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then for myself, I get to learn some stuff. I get to have different insights and different aspects of business.
Right.
And then for the people watching at home, I want them to, maybe get inspired or maybe get different ideas or just a whole bunch of different stuff they can learn while watching this or just having a good time and distracting them from life.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
You're doing a good job. I like it.
all right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Was it a comfortable environment?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to make it all like stiff collared.
No,
and
I mean
everything.
I would consider myself to be a fairly social person, but like when you're talking on like TV or whatever, it's different
Yeah.
than being social in person, but you made it very comfortable, so I did appreciate that. So thank
Oh,
you so much.
Okay. Everyone's been saying that, and what else they tell me too is that I make them nervous.
I didn't feel nervous actually
Okay.
at all, but
And
no, not at all.
I guess
So-
I'm assuming maybe because they're just live. That probably adds a little element to it.
But I can't tell it's live on my end. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just talking to you, so that works for me. So I'm not
Okay.
nervous.
Yeah. You got a little audience there, so I kind of don't like pointing it out too much either. So
Yeah. I don't even know. I have no clue. I even made my picture go away, so I didn't get distracted looking at it. So all I see is you.
Okay. speaking of that, like sometimes I switch to just my screen by myself, and it is a little distracting seeing yourself
Yeah,
talking.
I had to put that away. I'm like, I don't want to see what my hair looks like, or
Yeah,
whatever. So like, I
distract
don't care.
yourself with that instead of what you actually think. But
Yeah. Like, I came like this, and if I decided this is it,
yeah, I'm not gonna scare everyone with
it
my
fit in
hair.
the reflection. So, yep.
So
So thank you.
this, I guess, right now is the time you can go ahead and drop any social medias, maybe your website. Go ahead and share with the audience whatever you want, where they can reach you. Maybe any shout outs. You can go
Yeah.
ahead.
My Instagram, I have the salon one, and it's the collective dot Monterey is our handle for Instagram, and then the one that I mostly work off of is Nicole dot the collective. That's my personal one within the salon, and then I have a lot of people in the salon that have their own too, and you can kind of find them through some of the pictures that I post on the main one. I tag whatever stylist does the work, so you can kind of follow them on there too. I would say probably Instagram is our biggest platform that we use, and then our website we're still kind of working on, so we're doing an update to it. So that's actually, it's accessible right now, but there's not a whole lot of information there yet. So I would say Instagram is probably the best way to find us, and messaging us through there. And then once you connect with one of us, usually we'll give out our phone number to get booked.
Okay, and if let's just say someone wanted to Google your company, do they just type in the collective, or is there a certain thing they might have to type
Yeah.
in?
No, I mean it used to be called Vanity Salon. So a lot of the Google searches were under Vanity Salon and Blow Dry Bar. But since the name change, it's so recent that I feel like there's probably not a whole lot that pops up other than like the basis of the website that's up right now. So like I said, the best way to do it is probably through the Instagram, and then reaching out to somebody directly, because like I said earlier, everyone runs their business individually. So if you're gonna sometimes you'll call the salon and you're not going to get like a warm body on the phone. It'll roll into voicemail, and then you'll get a call back from somebody. But it's easier to connect through whoever you choose directly through their Instagram. So
Okay, so when I go to upload this, or once it's done uploading, because it goes through a process since it's live, it takes a little while. I'll go ahead and try to add I'll add the website, I'll add the Instagram and whatever other pages you have. If I miss one, you could always let me know, like, hey, in the description, it doesn't have this, or.
okay.
So that was the show, everyone. I appreciate you guys for watching. This is the Why Not Me podcast, live Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope you guys hit that like. I hope you guys subscribe. Everyone give a big round of applause for Nicole. Actually, one more question. How many Nicoles are working at your shop?
Two.
Two? Oh, okay, just two?
W. Yes. That's my work child. I love her.
Your little protege, huh?
Yeah, I love her. So yeah, she's awesome. She also does really good work, a lot of men's hair too. She can do anything also. She's a really good stylist. So there's two of us there. So I'm Nicole Ballesteros, and she's Nicole Williamson. I'm blonde and she's brunette. So
okay. One of those turbo questions was gonna ask blonde or brunette. So
yeah,
I guess
I'm like both. Yeah, depends on the person. That's a trick question.
Okay. Well, you guys, that's the show. I hope you guys have a good time, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute your mic, and I'll talk to you after a minute. Okay.